Cool, perfect. All right. Ron Goodall, FightHype.com. I'm here with the undefeated 16 wins, 15 by knockout, Tito, Ernesto Mercado, or whatever the way that you want to kind of flip it. Um, you're only 22, and like every time I've talked to you, you kind of seem very not just motivated, but kind of eager to kind of like show these guys at such a young age at 22. Like, what is it about you or your goals that you want to start already competing for world championships so young?
I think mainly, man, because my amateur pedigree, we put in a lot of work. Amateurs, it's not, some guys, they don't have as much amateur experience and they kind of have to learn on the job. For me, everything comes very easy because of the amateur pedigree that I have. It's like I've seen every style. So it's like, why wait? Obviously we're not in a rush, but why wait? If we know that we can get it now, I don't have to need 30, 40 fights to become a world champion if I could do it within, 15, 20. So that's the way we kind of look at it.
Okay. Because, it feels like at such a young age, most guys, when they get a little bit like maybe 28, 29, haven't got a world title shot, they got like a chip on their shoulder. It kind of seems like you kind of have a chip on your shoulder, like to a certain degree. Like, is that true? That
I wouldn't say I have a chip on my shoulder, but I guess in a sense I know I have something to prove. I just know I could do it. I think that's what's kind of the chip on my shoulders. I know I can do it now, and I just need these guys to accept the fights. I think that's the only thing that's really killing me is these big guys don't want to lose to me. So that's the thing that's been kind of bothering me.
you were originally at 135 last time I talked to you. What made you kind of jump to 140 and just kind of make this your new home?
Yeah, I mean, I was always doing catch weights, man, like at 137, 138, but I just felt, we did a fight at 40 and I just felt good. I felt, like my power was there. And I feel like if it was not broken, why go down a weight class if I have power at 40 and I'm able to, take these guys out? I mean, there's no need. And then everybody from 35 is going up to 40 anyway, so might as well just stay there and make my way there. That way, once they get there, we're already there to make those fights happen.
Hmm. Ultimately, I know that a lot of boxing hardcore fans, they know who you are, like
Yeah.
it's kind of like when you look back with some of your peers, you're kind of like the youngest, one of the youngest guys in that sense. So, ultimately, do you see yourself possibly fighting some of those guys? Like, I don't know, I think you might have had some history with like a Keyshawn Davis. I mean, is that kind of a future fight that you might see later down the line?
Yeah, most definitely. I definitely had some history with Keyshawn towards the end of my amateur career, but for the Olympics, it was just a lot of politics, and unfortunately, like I said, man, we just had some beef. And I know he's considered going up to 40 to fight Tio. And if he does consider going up to 40, I'll be here for a minute. So that would definitely be a fight that I'd love to take. There's just a lot of guys, man. Shakur's, like I said, Keyshawn's. Other than that, man, there's not really too many guys that at least I came up with amateurs that are doing anything big like that. It's really just, I mean, if I'm being honest, just me and Keyshawn that are making at least noise and beating good fighters.
Um, just getting a little bit more into your background for some of the fans. I know that you've sparred guys like Chocolate Tito, right?
Yeah.
And ironically, you're going to be on the BAM card, BAM Spar Chocolatito. So I'm not really going to try to stir that whole mix up. But who else have you worked with besides just legends like Chocolatito?
Man, I work with a lot of guys, man. I work with, guys like Mark Masai, who's a world champion, or was a former world champion. And mainly just a lot of prospects contenders, man, like, Raymond Mortaya, and a lot of guys that are just coming up. I haven't had the chance to work with too many some call it world champions. A lot of them know the way I work, so a lot of them don't want to have me work with them. But it's just the way it goes sometimes.
Raymond Muay Thai, I know you guys work. Do you see potentially, because him and Keyshawn are identically close in the same spot, 135, and probably eventually will move to 140. Is that a potential guy that when you were sparring him at that time, or were you just kind of like more, this is work, probably will go our separate path later on in life?
No, don't get me wrong, man. The sparring was intense. That was maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and I was barely. I think it was my second, third pro fight. He already had like maybe like 12, so it was definitely good work. And I definitely see. I don't know if they'll take the fight. I don't want to say too much. I don't know if they'll take the fight, but if he comes to 40, and I think that could be potentially a big fight as long as he's undefeated. I want to fight guys that are gonna take me to the next level. I'm not trying to step down.
You know, um, I guess I could just be straight to the point. Like, how do you get more buzz? How do you get fighters to want to fight you? Like, the Matchroom move is obviously a huge jump. Now you got a big promotion company, DAZN, the network. I'm sure he's gonna probably mix you up with the Riyadh season and things like that. Maybe try to work some out with Golden Boy. I know there's guys over there like Kenneth Sims and Oscar Duarte. But ultimately, like, what do you feel? Like, do you feel like you can comfortably just be yourself and not have to go into the gimmicks and transition into all these type of, charades and stuff, just so that people could just casual fans to kind of go, all right, let me pay a little money just for some Tito.
Yeah, no, I think, man, I think just for my boxing abilities, I think the casual fans will watch me just because in the sense that, man, like boxing is an entertainment business, and fortunately for me, I got blessed to be able to hit people one shot and be able to put them out. Kind of like in a way, Gervonta's not too socially active. You see him on Twitter every now and then, but he's not too socially active. Everybody watches Gervonta Davis because they know that he knocks people out. So I think if I continue to do what I do and knock people out, I think I'll be able to get any casual fan without doing antics like Ryan Garcia or Haney, where I got to go through a lawsuit. Also, I can say relevant. Stuff like that.
Do you kind of consider yourself kind of more like in the Terrence Crawford and Andre Ward approach, where your boxing kind of speaks and you don't have to play those type of media games so that you can get a little bit more attention, just so that your name's buzzing in a certain way.
Yeah, man. In the sense, we like the fighters you just mentioned, man. We kind of have more of an old school approach where we let our fighting do our talking, but also know it's a business, man. And now it's becoming more. You got to be a little bit more socially active, but and I have no problem with that. But to a certain extent, where I'm acting a fool, yeah, you won't catch that from me.
Any plans? Does Eddie already have the next kind of potential lineup or card, or how soon you'll be fighting?
Yeah, no, man. We're obviously it depends how I come out. Obviously, if I come out healthy, injury free, then we definitely gonna run it back. But we're gonna try to stay on the same track like I was, the last couple of years, fighting, 5, 6 times a year. I believe obviously the competition will get a little steeper, so I believe we'll probably be able to get 4 or 5 fights every year. That's the plan that we're trying to do.
What would you like to tell the fans and where they can follow you on social media?
Yeah, man, you guys can follow me on all social media at Real Tito Mercado, and